So before I begin, I just want to say this. I already covered this story before. You know what I'm saying? Like right when this incident actually happened, because this is something that happened like a month or so ago. This is not like this happened like last week. You know what I'm saying? But word on the street, it's now getting word around. Because some people don't look at the news, some people don't read the newspaper. It's word of mouth. So news travels. And now people are up to what happened. On the Cat bus in the Still Creek area, Berwick Shopping Center to be exact. So if you don't know what happened here in Charlotte, North Carolina, I think it was about a month ago. It might have been 3-4 weeks ago, if not probably a month ago. You know what I'm saying? And look, time flies by. You know what I'm saying? So it might have been 2 weeks or a month. I don't know. All I know, it happened, not too long ago. Passenger, was on the bus driver, typical day. There were passengers on the bus drivers driving, to, locations, around Berwick, Berwick Shopping Center, whatever, right? So the passenger says, that he wants to get off in the middle of a stop now. In between stops. The bus driver refuses because, you have to get off at the designated bus stop. I mean, a bus stop is there for a specific reason. You cannot let someone out in between two bus stops because of safety reasons. You understand? So, of course, the passenger, gets irate. Becomes irate, pulls out a gun. The bus driver proceeds to pull out his, and next thing you know, there's a small shootout in the middle of the day in Charlotte on a public public bus. Can't make this up. So I kind of understand why people are now like, catching wind of it, because they released the footage like last week or something like that. So everybody got the opportunity to see that bus driver, pull out his, as the young cats or young kids would say, his blicky or his stick and start firing. The crazy thing about it, he didn't even hit anything because, from what I saw from the footage, he was like shooting blindly. So that means, let's just be real. That meant that he could have shot anyone that was in his way. Matter of fact, they interviewed a passenger that was on the bus while the bus driver was shooting at the guy that pulled out the gun on him. The passenger that pulled out the gun out on him. You know what I'm saying? So there was another passenger that was sitting down on the bus. And he was like, yo, I was scared of my life, this and that and so forth. Bigger guy. So on a video footage, you can see him get up and his butt crack showing. He's just like trying to get out of get off the bus as fast as possible without getting shot. But this is where we at in 2023. And this is, let's see, number 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th time a cat bus driver either got shot at or shot. Straight up. Now, listen to this. The bus driver, the only thing I fault him for is the way he was shooting that gun, that firearm. He put everyone's lives in jeopardy. You see, I've been on I used to ride the bus. Let me just make that known. And I know just how when that bus driver, right, is looking straight and he's not turned around, even if he's turned around, I still know that there's a blind side that the bus driver, like at least on his side, when turning around, he can't see but so much, you know, on the left side of where the bus. So this man pulls out the gun, firearm, the bus driver that is, and he does this, and he's firing back this way. And the guy with, that pulled out the gun on the passenger that pulled out the gun on the bus driver, he's running. And then of course, the bigger guy, he's running out of the bus as well. And they have footage of it. But the only thing that I have a problem with is that bus driver potentially putting anyone that was on that bus at that time lives on the line. That's it. Other than that, I personally wouldn't have fired him. But that's what Cat did. And I mean, of course, I mean, if that wasn't, policy, if he broke policy, you know what I'm saying? Like, to my understanding, bus drivers, Cat bus drivers don't supposed to have firearms on the bus. So if he wasn't supposed to have firearms on the bus, he should be fired. But then watch this. Last year, I think November, December, a bus driver was shot and killed off of West Trade Street, right in front of Johnson & Wales University Culinary School located in Uptown. Killed. Hadn't, been living in Charlotte but for so long. He's down there for I think 2 years or something like that. He's from New York. Came down here and, started driving the bus. And it's crazy. More and more I think about this video, as it relates to me, wow, that's crazy. My father used to be a bus driver. And he used to tell me, he worked for Transit MTA in New York. You know what I'm saying? So he used to tell me all types of stories. There's no way in the world I could ever be a bus driver. No way. It's just too much stress. Real talk. And for what? And for what? At least in New York, if you put your hands on a bus driver or a conductor on a train, in the subway, you're done. Because they treat their bus drivers and conductors, ones that drive the train, they're basically civil servants. They have as much protection as police officers do and firefighters do. The ambulance, like if they hit you, they're insured. You can't sue them. In Charlotte, totally different. I mean, the bus drivers have been demanding for them to at least put up some type of plexiglass or something that, can stop people from potentially reaching, like grabbing the damn bus driver. But this is the fourth incident. The first one was when they shot up, I forgot what bus it was. And this is crazy, in the main hub, located in Uptown Charlotte. And then the second one was the Puerto Rican guy from New York that got shot and killed. And then the third one was not too long ago. This happened about a month ago. This happened, I think, about 2 or 3 weeks prior to this incident. A guy it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Guy was waiting on the bus. He jumps in front of the bus. It's a female bus driver. I understand why she's like, no, I'm not even dealing with you. Because you acting all crazy and everything. And it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got time for this. So, she tells him, he jumps in the street. She tells him to move and get back, to the bus stop so he can get on the bus and we could be about our way. And they got video footage of that. This man gets back on the curb. She drives up further. He jumps back in front of the bus. She almost hits him. She says, no. It's too late. I'm not letting you on. She drives off. The man pulls out the gun, start pop, 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 pop. hitting the damn bus up. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you, yo, I do not miss riding public transportation. Just last week, I caught the Lynx train, and I did a video on it. You know what I'm saying? I caught the Lynx train from I walked I had to get my oil change, so I walked from Pep Boys to the what train station? Everything was Tyvola train station. You know what I'm saying? The Lynx light rail took the Lynx from Tyvola all the way up to what's that shit? Carson Boulevard or whatever. Before you get to Uptown and crossing 277, and went to the YMCA up there. And I'm not gonna even lie, like I caught the train there and back, and it wasn't even probably about a 15-minute ride. And I ain't even like that. Real talk. Yeah. And I was harassed by some local bums that was on top of the bridge when I was waiting for the Tyvola train to come. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Here I am trying to get my ticket. This man gonna give me $1 talking about some, yo man, could you take care of the rest? I don't even know you, man. And this is just real talk. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know I got mine on me. You know I got mine on me. So he knew it was up. And I don't be flashing. You don't brandish your firearm on nobody. Like seriously, this is real talk. If you gonna pull it out, you best be ready to use it. But yeah, man, I had to watch my back. Those train stations, they ain't safe. Some of them shits ain't safe, man. And that's real talk. So I don't see how any of y'all, deal with that shit. And then the bus drivers are what do they call it? Protesting because they're not getting paid enough and their lives are in danger every time they get in front of a wheel, steering wheel. This is just ridiculous, and the city is just moving at a snail's pace to protect these bus drivers. So all of a sudden, the dude says to himself, yo, I'm not going to be a victim. I'm not going to be a victim anymore. I'm not going to be a victim, period. He decides he want to take matters into his own hand. Now he's disciplined for that. What if that passenger pulled out his gun and actually aimed and fired? That would have been another bus driver dead, which makes no sense to me. That's real talk. Everyone should be able to have the opportunity to protect and defend their own lives. But yeah, man, I'm all for allowing bus drivers with just, I'll say anyone that works in public to defend themselves, you know what I'm saying? To be able to defend themselves, have some type of weapon, mace or something. Other than that, come on, man. You know how many videos I've saw of people being beat up at their job. They're doing regular, just working at McDonald's. People not even like they getting beat up not at their own establishment, like they own and run the business. No, they just a regular McDonald's worker that just fucked up an order or something. And then the goddamn customer wants to beat up the damn. This is crazy. And you know what's so funny? At the end of the day, most of the shootings and the fights and stuff like that happen in public, really, when you get into the hearts and the minds of the people, it don't even be about the shit that they be arguing about. I continue to tell people all the time, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a fighter. That doesn't mean that I won't defend myself. I'm saying I'm not a fighter, meaning that I'm not into fighting. I could defend myself if need be. That's not what I'm into. In other words, I don't enjoy whooping somebody's ass. I just don't. And to make it fair, I don't enjoy getting my ass whipped. Because every fight you get into, you gotta say to yourself that you may A, get your ass whipped, or B, you may whip somebody's ass. Straight up. Oh, and let's talk about firearms. I don't want to get into no gunfight with anyone either. That's real talk. I'm not the greatest marksman. or a shooter. I'm okay. I'm decent. I can hit my target. But that's just something that, if given an option, I wouldn't want to shoot. And I wouldn't want to fight anyone. That plain and simple. And you want to know why? I mean, of course, because bullets, fists, and, equals pain. But aside from that, I'm not trying to be no one's punching bag. Real talk. Because let's just be real, man. Society, living in society and having to pay bills, having to pay the rent, having to pay water, having to pay lights, having to pay for, food, having to pay for, come on, let's just sum it up to food, shelter, and clothing. The three basic essential things that you need in life. It's a headache having to pay bills. And I'm going to tell you, which is just as bad, if not worse, than a headache of having to pay bills. It's knowing that they inflated food prices, gas prices, everything. But they didn't inflate the amount you get paid per hour. Or if you're on salary, per year. However you get paid. They didn't increase your pay to equal to them inflating, hyperinflating prices. And I'm done after this. So, when you see that type of shit happening, it's not the end of the world like you think it is. Because you're saying like people going crazy or whatever. No, society is making people, or turning people crazy. It is. Look at what we've been through. Yo, I'm tired of saying people are crazy. People are not crazy. They're not. It's just the powers that be are driving us crazy. A lot of us are living from paycheck to paycheck. A lot of us are trying to figure out how we're going to feed our children. And we're working 2 jobs. Still having to figure out how we going to fucking pay the rent. That's what they don't tell you. I had jury duty last week, and I prayed to my ancestors that they didn't pick me for jury duty. Why? One is they don't even pay you shit. You mean to tell me you handling these big court cases, right? Let's just say it's a big court case and $1 million is on the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I'm talking about like the attorney fees, the judge, court costs. Let's say some illegal substances were involved and that had to be taxed. $1 million. Court is over. I get paid $10, $20 a day. But this is $1 million court case. Where's my percentage? Because you're forcing me to do this. And I know some of y'all are going to say, oh, man, they ain't forcing you, man. You can always say. Listen, if I tell them that I'm not available now, they're going to put my name back up. Sooner than later, in other words, everyone serves jury duty. Well, the reason why I didn't want to is because I didn't want to judge my peers based on circumstance. Real talk. I know people commit crimes. When you break the law, you got to do the time. You do the crime, you got to do the time. But That's not saying that there's no rhyme or reason to why you did what you did. And I'm not trying to justify this man pulling the gun out on a bus driver. No, I'm saying that the reason why people on the edge and quick to flip is because they got us like that. Look at everything that we've been through. And I know some of you all are gonna say, well, the Democrats were in office and they gave out Biden was giving out all these checks per month and this child check and this and that and so forth and blah, 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 blah. So therefore they had to hyperinflate the prices so they can, you know what I'm saying, kind of like bring this debt back down and da-da-da-da-da, make everything normal, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about all of that. This was what's so funny. And this is where the American people are 100% right at. We don't care about all of that stuff that y'all saying. We elected you all to do the job that you're supposed to be doing, and that's governing over the people. So I don't care what you got to do as long as it doesn't affect general population. But yet and still, it always does. Checks and balances. Whatever debt we owe, it's always we owe. But when the banks the banks, what you call them, the planes, you know, like Delta, you know, American Airlines. When they need to get bailed out, it's a, you know what? The American people got to bail out the banks. But now that the American people are in trouble, now that we can't afford to pay for gas because gas is too fucking high. And I just saw an American, Good Morning America in the afternoon, that they're going to raise the prices even higher over this summer. So now we pass inflation, hyperinflation. It's to the point now we need to take the United States government or corporation, whether it's Exxon, BP, to court. Because y'all are price gouging now. But yeah, we don't want to hear that shit. I don't care. It was your decisions. Y'all fucked up, so you pay for that shit. But see, up there on Capitol Hill, they ain't do too much working up there. There's too many sessions, you know, breaks and shit. Oh, we gotta take a water break. Summer break, water break, coffee break. Everybody always breaking. Or should I say partying? For real. That's why they call them the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, because that's all they do is party. It's funny business going on up there on Capitol Hill. That's what it is. Hey, listen, Charlotte, protect your bus drivers, man. Real talk. Other than that, man, it's been a blast. My name is Langston2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video. Peace.